Okay, so a few days ago, I got an email from Twitter inviting me to enter into their advertising platform. And being a Facebook advertising consultant, I was sort of curious about the Twitter ad platform. I don't know a thing about it, so I went over to Twitter to learn a little bit about it. Now, up until maybe a few months ago, I've only had a personal Twitter account. I've really avoided using Twitter for anything related to my business. And when it has been related to my business, I've actually used my personal account. I don't understand or really know Twitter very well. That's going to change because I'm curious about how the advertising platform works. And so I went into the Twitter ads section, and I went into the analytics area. Now, there's lots of different information that I can get, and I bet most users of Twitter have no idea that there are analytics to this degree. So I'm going to just run through a little bit of what you can find out about in your Twitter account and potentially consider using the advertising platform for yourself. So I'm going to go into the tweet activity, and it's going to show me a little bit of info in terms of the engagement that I've gotten. Obviously, there's no engagement on the most recent things that I've done. Actually, 6 minutes ago, I had something, and it's gotten 6 impressions so far, so that's nice. So I get a bit of engagement here and there, but frankly, not a ton. I have plenty of followers. Actually, I don't have a ton of followers. I think I have 166 or 170 in this account. So seeing 15, 14, 12, 30, it's not a ton of impressions, but that's understandable. Okay, now and actually, this is nice. I'm getting retweets of some of my stuff. I'm getting link clicks of some of my stuff. So my engagement rate, I don't know what to compare this to, because frankly, again, I don't know very much about Twitter, but 2.1%, that's probably not so bad on Twitter. Who knows? Now, let's go over to the followers, because I can actually learn a bit about the people following me. So you can see, I just started this account in April of 2015, and it's growing steadily. I'm getting more followers on a daily basis. Looks like I have 170 followers at the moment. It tells me that the interests of my followers start in technology, marketing, tech news, entrepreneurship, business news and general info, leadership, business and finance, SEO, startups, and advertising. So those are the areas where they're most interested. The majority, a little bit more than half of them are in the US, followed by the UK, Pakistan, and India for some reason. I guess there's a lot of people in those countries. Male to female, 75 to 25%. Let's see if there's any additional info. Some specific regions. Okay, so in Oregon, where I live, is 11%, followed by England, California, Greater London. Okay, so that's not really helpful, but it's sort of interesting. Now, my organic audience. Who is seeing my stuff organically? This is kind of interesting, so I can learn, okay, the interests are slightly different or in slightly different order than they were earlier. Consumer buying styles. I have to learn more about what this means. General consumer buying preferences for this audience. So it says premium brands, a little bit more than 50%, ethnic explorers. So there's probably definitions for each of these words, which I can't get by either mousing over or clicking. So I'm not entirely sure what each of these means. It tells me about the wireless carriers that each of them are using, based on, I guess, where they're accessing Twitter. Now, over on the right-hand side, I can get info about household income demographics, net worth, marital status, and then let's see what else we have. So there's demographic info, lifestyle info. So this is really breaking down a lot of the stuff that we saw in that overall section. I can get a sense of the genres on TV, what they tend to watch. Consumer behavior, so if I had something to sell to them, this is kind of interesting. 73% use Visa card. I've always thought that Visa and MasterCard were quite similar in the market, but it looks like Visa followed by 31% American Express, followed by 29% MasterCard. So that's kind of interesting. Consumer goods purchase, dry pasta, bottled water. So, I don't know what much of this means, but the fact that this is available to me, again, mobile blueprint. So again, this is related to mobile devices that they use, either the wireless carrier as well as devices over here. The fact that this is available to us really tells me that they are trying very hard at Twitter to pursue something similar to what's happening over at Facebook in terms of being able to effectively target individuals in your advertising. So I'm going to continue to look into this further, learn more about this platform, find out how to use this to my advantage as I'm trying to build my following and develop an audience and relate to people with my messaging on Twitter. But just a quick introduction because it was a curiosity that I clicked on an email and headed over here and discovered this world, and I wanted to share that with you too. So if you've had more experiences on Twitter that you'd like to share, I'd love you to comment under this video and share your experiences. And if you have questions that you'd like me to pursue and try to learn a little bit more, please ask them here, and I'll see what I can find out. All right, thank you.